So panel, we have a whole lot of bullshit coming from opening opposition. I'll report the ones that are relevant to the debate, or the arguments about the rule of law, Donald Trump, and nuclear weapons and North Korea. These ones are obviously not relevant to the debate. So the first thing that they try to clash is that they argue that these issues are sensitive issues, right? That these things are central to the identities that people have. That when you want to attack these people in these kinds of instances, that you are attacking their identities, you are attacking their religions, and all those things. But this argument is premised on a misunderstanding of what exactly political correctness is. There is a schism between political correctness and hate speeches, right? Political correctness is blatancy, right? You are outrightly saying that, for example, Madu Abushi is short, right? What political correctness wants is for me to say Madu Abuchi is vertically challenged, right? So there's a difference between me being blatant and saying he's short, and me wanting to sugarcoat it and saying, well, he's vertically challenged, right? So what political correctness does is to sugarcoat those problems. So you do not want to call Islamic radicals, you don't want to call Islamic radicals by their name. You don't want to call them Islamic terrorists, but you want to call them radicals, right? You do not want to attach their radicalism to Islam, right? And that is exactly what it is. It is different for me coming to say you are a nigger, so you should not be allowed to walk anywhere, right? In Africa, for instance, we do not have political correctness, but there's no hate speech, right? So there's a clear schism between political correctness and hate speeches. In many societies, political correctness does not exist. So the argument that the aspects of political correctness equals to a world with hate speech, how do we survive in Africa where there's no political correctness? It is based on the reality that these things are particularly different. Also, they say freedom of expression must not exclude people. That means everyone has to be happy. The reality is that offense is something that is relative, right? If you want to say every single thing must not offend everybody, then nobody is going to talk, right? Because even me saying he's short might be offensive to him. The reality is that if those things are not hate speeches, then you can't limit the expression that people are going to, like the things that people are going to say. And the problem with this is that you do not even allow the minorities to even have a say in this. You just blanket them and assume that every single Muslim is going to be angry when you say that terrorism is a fault of Islam. Because the reality is that many Muslims understand that is the problem and they want to get to the root cause of that problem. But the reality is that the liberals who are white want to infantilize them, want to take them like babies and assume that this is something that they are going to want. But the point is that you do not even allow them to even be offended before political correctness is established. So we prefer a world where hate speech laws still exist, but then there's an absence of political correctness. You cannot satisfy everybody. You cannot make everyone happy. The main reality of me standing here to speak is making Akila scared. It's making him uncomfortable, right? So does that mean you should limit my ability to come and debate? Because everything is going to offend everybody in any rational society. So you can't say everybody has to be happy. That is absolutely irrelevant. Then they say tensions will not lead to discourse, right? But the reality is that in every society we have tensions, political tensions, and we have the left in America and we have the right. We have the Democratic Party and we have the Republican Party. These guys always engage in debates, and that is because they always have different views and different ideas. Insofar as those views do not constitute hate speech, we think a world where we have those tensions arising from discourse is a world that is morally preferable. Like, we don't buy what these guys tell us. These guys are completely out of the debate. Now, what we say is firstly that the decline of political correctness is very good because for far too long we have been fooled by liberal rhetoric that political correctness creates a better world, but it doesn't, right? What it does is, number one, to undermine minorities, right? Because you will address the problems of minorities. You characterize them as fragile people who will be broken by free expression. You make them look like babies. And this gives the majority groups an incentive to target those minorities because you are framing them as babies. So they always want to exploit the weaknesses that are perceived to exist within those particular minorities. Second, you have nothing to say. You superimpose liberal views on those minorities, right? Because even those who do not consent are not taken into consideration. Not all Muslims consent that political correctness should be used on them. Not all blacks consent, because there are many conservative black people in America. There are many black people that are members of the Republican Party. But then you want to put all of them like in one particular bracket, right? And that is something that is very bad, right? Because the problem is that Islamic terrorism cannot be challenged head on because we want to treat those people like babies, and this is something that is particularly condescending in those kinds of societies. Then we tell you that political correctness is symbolic. It's symbolic, right? And it's a farce. The problem is that symbolism
does not really address the true problems that people face in society, right? And this is crucial because symbols don't matter in real life. Whether or not you say a Muslim is a terrorist, or whether or not I say Mother Bushi is short, those things don't really matter. Whether or not you want to call blacks, or you want to look for a new name to call blacks and not niggas, those things don't matter. But that is what the liberal whites want to focus on, because those things don't make any meaningful change. They rather focus on the rhetoric that's being used, that ensuring that black people have a better society, than making sure that the structures of oppression that offend those black people are removed. So we think that this thing is a huge distraction to the problems that those people face in those societies, right? So we think that symbols can be used to grandstand and can be used for propaganda. So America lives in a utopia that they are a liberal society simply because of political correctness. Meanwhile, blacks still suffer every day in those kind of societies. Now, secondly, Bulldogs, come on, sit down. You create worse political outcomes for everyone, right? Number one, the fact that you limit expression doesn't mean that you particularly change the views of those people in those societies, right? The views of the right wingers, you don't change their views, but you only limit their speech. What does this do? It's that you make them to retreat into their echo chambers. They are scared to communicate on Facebook. They are scared to say Muslims are terrorists on Facebook because they are going to be bashed by the liberals, because liberals are going to insult them. They are scared to say you support Donald Trump because an endorsement of Donald Trump is an endorsement of racism for the liberals. So you now retreat to the echo chamber. What this does is that it creates a silent majority. Why do we all live in the utopic world that Hillary Clinton was going to win? Because our Facebook feeds told us so. Because in our Facebook feeds, we only have friends who are liberals. So we create a silent majority, and that is particularly harmful. That is how Donald Trump won the election. And we think that political correctness has failed the world, right? Because it has made the right wing feel like they are being seized. You make the right wing to feel like they are under attack, and this gives room for right wing populism. That is why we had Marine Le Pen coming so close to winning the French elections, because you made the right wing to feel like they were under attack. So when Trump and Marine Le Pen go and tell those people, look, they are limiting your expression, they are limiting your rights, your liberty, then those people are more likely going to pander to those kinds of like very radical right wing populist ideals. So we think that ultimately the world where political correctness exists is a world that is comparatively worse off, right? It's a world where people are going to suffer because you make people to be more willing to like pander to right wing populists. And the reality is that the minorities they want to protect are not protected. Instead they are infantilized, and the real substantial problems that they face are not addressed. I'm exceptionally proud to win my first round.